Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Butterbean, and he's going to tell you a story.
Yeah, back in the day, it's been probably 35, 40 years ago when my brother lived on the lake. There wasn't a lot of people lived there. And he woke up one morning, went on his boat dock, and he seen people down by his boat dock messing around. Well, when we went outside and looked, it was huge. It wasn't a person. It was all hairy. It was definitely a Bigfoot. Bigger than a bear. I mean, it was big.
And where was this at?
It was in Alabama on Smith Lake.
Oh, all right. See, so I live in Alabama, and Alabama is a Bigfoot hot spot.
I'm telling you, either he was drunk or on kind of drugs, but I'm telling you, he wasn't drinking, he wasn't doing none of that back in the day.
Right, yeah.
He don't now either, but yeah, he wouldn't lie about it. He was just like amazed. He called us on the phone. He goes, "You got to get back over here."
Oh.
You know, we was a good ways away, so we missed it.
Oh, you didn't go back over there?
We went over there, but
you done missed it.
Yeah.
Then? Oh wow, man.
Where it was, the water, you know, there wasn't no tracks, because the water's right there, it was right there in the water.
Yeah, well, you have to give me a holler sometimes, and me and you'll go booger, and we'll go see what we can find.
Sounds like a fun deal.
All right, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
This is Sonny, Enos, Shroyer from the Dukes of Hazzard. My name is Dale Boswell, and I just want to know, Enos, are there any Bigfoots in Hazzard County?
Well, I'm about 11.5 typically wide. And, Mr. Hobbs, you know, he had a pretty big foot. And Daisy's got a pretty big let's see. Oh, Bo, now Bo's the tallest one, but he would be the Bigfoot. Bo, I love you, but your feet are big.
There you go. You heard it straight from the man. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Steve. I run Citizen Arms Cosplay, and I'm discussing an encounter I had with Bigfoot about 26, maybe 30 years ago in southern Alabama, right outside the city of Dothan. My brother and my brother-in-law, we went hunting. I am someone who's very comfortable in the woods, and I'm very good at camouflage. I had found me a spot where there was a creek maybe 50 yards away. We were going deer hunting, so set up, put my back to a tree, blended in, had my rifle set up with a stick that had a light, and I was watching. This is how well I blended in. I had a possum walk across my legs, and I had a squirrel go up the tree right beside me.
Oh, wow.
It started to get about dusk, and all of a sudden the woods went quiet. So I knew there's a predator. I just didn't know what type. Maybe a black bear or something. And then off the other side of the creek, something about 8 feet tall, kind of lumbered out. Wasn't on all fours, but wasn't standing straight up. The wind was blowing toward me, so my scent was hidden. He walked down to the creek, started drinking water, and the wind changed. And he looked up. And he didn't see me. At the time I was hunting with not the AK-47, but the SK. Had it on single shot. Just moved my finger up to 3-round burst in case it started charging. It never moved. It stayed there for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just watching and sniffing the air. And the wind changed again, and it slowly backed out. I didn't move for another 45 minutes till the sounds came back to the forest. I never felt threatened. It was just an encounter I had.
Wow, and where was it at?
It's right outside Dothan. I can't remember the town we went to.
Yeah.
But they had a hunting spot that I used to go to.
Yeah, that's a Bigfoot hot spot around Dothan, and you fall up in that area. Yeah,
So-
you get a lot of reports.
Yep.
And how long ago was it?
About 24 years ago, because I was still young, maybe closer to 30, because I had just joined the military. I'd been in for a few years and everything.
Ain't it amazing how something like that just sticks in your brain because it's mythology coming to life.
Yes, sir. And like I said, I've always felt home at the woods, so it's amazing that I feel fortunate that I was able to have that with family.
Wow, I appreciate you
No problem.
telling me that. That's awesome.
No problem.
In Columbus.
That's a different wood pile, I reckon.
Oh, okay. But anyway, he's got a cool sighting he's going to tell us about.
Okay, well, approximately 45 years ago, my brother was about 15 or 16, and we lived on a farm out from Fitzgerald, Georgia, and the cows used to come up every night. We had about 10 or 12 head and a horse, and the old horse would drive them up to the house every night. Well, they didn't come up that night, so my brother had gone over the hill there. It was a big old long lane, about probably a half a mile long, and he went over that hill and he saw the cows down at the bottom. There was a big old gallberry patch down there, and they were down behind it, just mooing, and the horse was braying, and so he walked through that gallberry patch, and something grabbed him by the shoulder, and he didn't know what it was. So he looked down and said he saw a big old hairy hand on his shoulder. And he just took off running, and we heard the dog barking, so we knew it was something. Heard the dog fighting with it, and so he came running over the hill, and the cows come right behind him, and he was out running the dog and everything, coming back over there. But we had some hunters that went in there to hunt it, and they couldn't find anything. So right across from our house was a big old pasture, and they had some woods in it. So this fella had a lot of coon dogs. And he turned the coon dogs loose down in there, and whatever it was ran the coon dogs out of the woods. And they come running up and went back to the house. And so that was the last thing we heard of it. But there was several monkeys. Someone had turned some monkeys loose over on the river, and we heard they were small monkeys, but not big ones. So we never did find out what that was.
And where is this at?
This was in a little town called Irwinville, Georgia. It's about 10 miles west of Fitzgerald, Georgia.
Wow. And how long ago was that?
It's been about 45 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's an awesome encounter. I appreciate your time.
Okay,
Thank you
you're
so
quite
much.
welcome.
Hello, this is Dale Boswell. We got a gentleman here. What is your name, sir?
My name is Melvin Thomas.
Cool. Well, he's
I
got.
am a over-the-road truck driver, and I was traveling up on Route 63, going up through the Ozarks. Well, I'm sorry, not 63, 65. I was going up through the Ozarks there, and this particular night, it was out in the middle of nowhere. I seen this. I don't know what I want to call it. It was odd. It was to me, an act of human, because it crossed the road. Before it crossed the road, it looked both ways. I've never seen an animal do that, and it was standing upright. It looked that way and looked that way, and by that time, I got past it.
Wow.
And it was huge, whatever it was. It was huge. I say it stood about at least anywhere between 6'5" and 7 feet.
Wow. And this
And
is where? Where was this?
It was up in the Ozarks.
In the Ozarks.
On US 65, on the Arkansas-Missouri line.
Wow.
And I wanted to stop and turn around and walk back and see what I said in the thing. I said, no, I'm going to keep going. It was pretty huge.
Wow.
It really was.
How long ago was this?
This been about a couple of years ago.
Just really that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been about a couple of years ago. Sure have. But when I seen it, it acted human. It was standing off from the road, but it was looking both ways. And I ain't never seen an animal do it. Usually an animal just run across the road.
Yeah. Right.
This stopped and looked both ways. And I'm looking at it.
And it was bipedal standing straight.
It was tall.
Right?
It was standing straight up.
Bipedal on two legs. So.
Yeah. Up on this upright. It stood straight up. And it was, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't have no clothes, but it wasn't naked.
Was it dark or
yeah, it was
black?
dark
Black?
color, dark complex color, but I mean, it acted human.
Oh man,
That's
awesome.
I only seen it for a few minutes.
And
So I seen it out there, and I'm looking at it, and it walked down, and it stopped. And it looked both ways, looked to the left, and looked to the right. And it stayed there until I passed.
Wow,
Animals
that's
don't do
awesome.
that.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir.
I can think of us.